Good Monday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks. I'm your host, Tom Schmitz, coming to you from the studios of WOCA Radio, located just off the runway at the Ocala International Airport in the Brick City, beautiful Ocala, Florida, on a beautiful sunny Monday. Hope everybody's weekend went well. Mine was fantastic. Hope Galen Unall's weekend went well. He joins us, he does every day, brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, Penn Flooring, and JustShip.net. Galen, good morning to you.
Hey, what's going on, Tom? How are you today, my man?
A little rested, relaxed. We did, I'm always amazed at the festivals that are around us every weekend, within an hour's drive or so. And Saturday morning, we were at one of the local eateries having breakfast, and my wife goes, "What are we going to do today? You want to play golf?" And every now and then you just got to you got to do this for your marriage. I go, "Nope. Today we're spending the day together. There's no reason to play golf. I can play golf Monday." That's a good move on my part, and I learned that from you, by the way. Every now and then you just got to suck it up, and you got to give up golf, or you got to give something. Your wife becomes more important than the golf game. She just does.
Right, and this was a good weekend for you to do it. Because the weather was beautiful, and and you got to pick your spots. You got the U.S. Open coming up, and that's a 4 days of I'm sorry I can't do anything this weekend.
That's what I'm saying.
So not a bad idea. Right now, all you're missing if you go and just stay home and watch TV is the NBA playoffs, which are kind of boring still. Major League Baseball, which doesn't really matter yet, and the USFL. And the golf tournament this weekend was, I don't even know. There you go.
The guy that's ranked number 2 in the world, that was the highest ranked player, came in and won the golf tournament. John Rahm, like he should have. He's ranked second in the world, And it was good thing. Spanish guy winning the Mexico Open. It was good thing. So we went over.
I didn't even know what it was.
We go over. First off, it is so easy to find a wonderful festival. I put in Google festivals near me, and I found out the Fernandina Shrimp Festival was going over in Nassau County. It's a little too far to go. A little too far to go. There were some things.
And it's just so packed, too. I mean, there's one way in, one way out. The roads have been under construction for 15 years.
Yeah, Fernandina may be the worst city to get around in Nassau County. My home county, by the way. People say, where are you from? South Georgia. What part? Nassau County.
Absolutely.
Remember, you got to go. There's parts of Nassau County where you drive west into Georgia. So,
that's correct. Absolutely right.
It's where I'm from. So we're pulling these things up, and lo and behold, we're fans of country music. I don't know where you stand on the country music scene, but we like Southern rock and roll, which is today's country. Let's be honest. If Leonard Skinner was around today, they'd be played on country stations, not rock and roll stations. So we find this country festival, the inaugural Country Fest at the Sun Creek Brewery in Claremont, Florida. Who knew how nice Claremont was? I mean, I've driven 27. You drive 27 through Claremont, and it's just like a bedroom community of Orlando. I thought, how wrong I was.
Well, it's remarkable. Claremont used to be the home of every pink and seafoam green house in America. But it's kind of really changed over the last few years. But Lake County is probably, if you look at a timestamp for the last 20 years, it's probably the most developed county in the state of Florida. Pasco would be close, but Lake County is just completely changed everywhere but Leesburg. Leesburg looks exactly the same as it did 20 years ago.
So we went to Claremont. We went down right there at the lake, Lake Mineola, which stretches through Mineola and Claremont. We drove past the Mineola Inn, which is a favorite spot of ours, where it's got a tiki bar down on the lake and everything. So we drove past that 1.5 miles into downtown Claremont, right by the city hall and everything. They had blocked Virginia off in between 7th and 9th, and they had tables out there, and they had tents and a big stage and everything, and it was just a fantastic time. And beer was only half the price of Disney instead of the whole price of Disney. It was instead of paying $13 a beer, we paid $13 a round. It was,
What's wrong with that?
But it was. We were there for about 5-6 hours. Had the blanket on the grass and everything. It was a fantastic time, and it was an hour's drive.
Yeah, that's awesome. I drive so much. My wife, she works from home. She goes, I want to just get out. Like, I drive 5 and 6 hours a day. I'll be driving for 6 hours a day. So I myself don't like to drive, but yeah, it's right now in our relationship we're having to modify that. I just drive so damn.
Well, Susan does the same thing. Susan, in the afternoons, I man the store at Just Shipped, and part of her Just Shipped, one of her clients is she has a local pharmacy here in town that she delivers pharmaceuticals in the afternoons for. That's one of her clients with Just Shipped. And so she's in that little smart car delivering 5-6 hours a day. So when we go on excursions like this, she doesn't even want anything to do with driving. She gets in the passenger seat. She gets her phone going with the Facebook, and sometimes I look over, the eyes are closed, the breathing is even,
Sure, I'm with you.
And I don't mind driving because I sit all day. I don't drive. I sit in a chair. I talk on the radio. I don't do any driving. So when I get in the car, I like to drive. I like to just stretch it out.
Yeah.
And by the way, the turnpike this weekend, not overly ridiculous. I was amazed.
We're right in between, right? It won't be for up until about 3 weeks from now.
Yeah, we're out of spring break, but we're not in summer yet. Exactly.
Correct. Yeah. Once Memorial Day hits, and most of the people from Canada have gone ahead and gotten out of the country. But from now on, for the next 3 weeks, you're going to be okay. Then Memorial Day weekend hits, and you're going to get that Friday afternoon, Sunday night traffic. Just bet on it. So
we had a very wonderful weekend with that festival. I was very impressed with how well Claremont did that festival. It was very probably a couple thousand people there at back and forth and everything, and the brewery and all benefited well, I'm sure. And then
so it was the first annual.
No, it was the inaugural. And they even said on all their posters and everything, all their banners and everything, the inaugural Country Fest.
You wouldn't have gone if it said first
annual.
If I pull it up,
yeah, festivals near me, and it just said the first annual Country Fest. We're not going to a bunch of idiots there. We're not going there. No. It would have been erased immediately. It wouldn't even got consideration.
Nope.
No consideration
whatsoever. I know you like country music.
Yeah, sorry. Can't do it. So, but it was a good time. Then yesterday I went in and I played a little golf yesterday. Got a little golf in yesterday because my wife was traveled out, so she was like, just get out of the house. Just go.
I'm with you. Good for you.
So, all in all, a good weekend, and I watched absolutely zero sports. It's one of the first weekends in a very long time that I can honestly say, oh, I take that back. I take it back. I did early Saturday morning before we, or was it early yesterday morning? No, it was early Saturday morning. I got up early Saturday morning and watched Liverpool Newcastle. So I did watch that game.
Yeah, I saw it was on, but I didn't even.
It was on at 6 a.m. It was on at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
On USA, which made it an afternoon game in England, and they were, people were in light jackets. Nobody was in a parka or anything.
Yeah, I just didn't. I didn't watch it. I woke up and I saw it was on, and I just sat out on my porch and read a little bit.
Yeah.
I had no interest.
I actually got up just to watch the Newcastle Liverpool game.
Oh, okay. Well, good for you.
And Liverpool being in first place and all,
I mean, they are playing. I mean, I was talking to my son. I'm like, Mane is the perfect fit for Liverpool. I can't believe how well their front five is playing.
And they didn't start three of their big starters.
Oh, okay. Did Davis not play either?
Salah didn't play. He played in the second half. He played in the second. He's only leading the Premier League in goals this year. That's all.
Yeah, but he's gonna get transferred. By the way, we could talk Liverpool soccer for the next hour.
We could, yeah.
But he's going to get transferred because of his contract. I don't know if you've seen what he wants for a contract. I think that's a guy who may end up in the United States. I think he has a real shot of playing Major League Soccer here. A lot.
Really,
I love the way he plays.
Well, yeah, but they got if Mohamed Salah goes away, they still got Luis Diaz that they can play. Mane's there. You know, Jota's there, and Jota can score goals anytime he wants to. You know, so
that front five is so good.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good.
And they're just so unselfish the way they move the ball. And I love the short passing attacks. Whereas you see, you know, I was watching Chelsea. I don't know, it was like Wednesday night, whatever night it was. Chelsea just keeps playing these long balls, and I'm like, I hate the long ball.
But is it wrong of me?
It's not as fun.
Is it wrong of me that because, you know, I'm an American football guy, I played defense in football, I was a linebacker. Is it wrong of me that my two favorite players on Liverpool are Trent Alexander-Arnold and Virgil van Dijk? Is that wrong of me?
Well, I know why you like Van Dijk. I get that. He's a very, very aggressive player. He's not afraid to make that 50-50 tackle.
And Alexander-Arnold is the corner kick extraordinaire.
He is. But look who he's serving it up to.
Well, he is serving it up to pretty good. And by the way, when he serves it up a lot of times to Virgil.
Oh, absolutely.
When they run a set piece, Virgil is important. Virgil's important in set piece.
Well, how tall is that guy? Like 6'5"?
Virgil's 6'5", yeah.
I mean, the guy is just massive. But again, they're fun to watch. I still don't think they're as good as that other team from England.
I can't even pronounce their names.
Something City.
Yeah, something City. Yeah. Chester I don't know. Something.
No, I don't like them. I think it's the best team that money can buy in the Premier League. They have very few homegrown players on there. All they do is poach from teams that are in the bottom half of the table.
Well,
I don't like it. They're the New York Yankees.
They are. The New York Yankees of the Premier League. They are. Let's take a break before everybody turns their radio off, except you and I and your son. We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talk, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA. The Source.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Blockers Furniture is having a truckload sale. Right now, you can save 20% on sofas and love seats when you mention radio. Blockers' 80,000 square foot showroom is home to the largest in-stock selection of living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, unique furniture accents, outdoor furniture, and more. That means you can take your furniture home that same day or have it delivered. Check out the Blockers Sleep Gallery, too. They carry a huge selection of mattresses, including all the name brands you love. Blockers Furniture Truckload Sale. 2402 Southwest College Road, Ocala, next to Hobby Lobby. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Monday. Galen Unal joins us for two more segments, brought to you by the good folks at Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, and JustShip.net. Galen, I got a text it came while we were talking. It goes, could we please have you idiots talk about something else besides English soccer?
Sure. You want to break down some F1, Tom? I mean,
I'm not that boring. Even I'm not that boring. Hey, I will say this, though. Once again, Masters membership 1, people who decide to go against them 0. We see this
all day long.
We see this story all the time. People try to do things that they know they can't do at the Masters, and they lose and the Masters wins every time. And now, someone very close to Gary Player. Gary Player is an ambassador of the game. Is that fair to say? He is one of the main ambassadors of the game. Always has been.
Sure.
And his son, Wayne, lifetime ban from the Masters. Not allowed back on the grounds. Now, the Augusta National is tight-lipped about it. They were like, every year we have to tell people they can't come back, and he just happened to be one of the people. And it's because, if you remember, in the 2021 ceremonial start, they invited Lee Elder to the start as being the first African American to ever play. And even though he couldn't play a shot, I mean, he passed like 5-6 months after this moment. He was on the first tee when an impassioned speech was being delivered, and as they panned over to Lee Elder one time, he was sitting next to Gary Player. Directly behind them, you see a hand hold up a sleeve of golf balls that is focused right in on the camera, and it was like an advertisement for the golf balls. That was Gary Player's son doing that, and right behind them to get a unsolicited commercial, basically, for golf balls he was supporting. The Masters goes, "You're never coming back." I mean, let's be honest. In the grand scheme of important things, that could get the ire of somebody up, holding a sleeve of golf balls in a camera shot for 4.5 seconds, most people would say, come on, that's not that big a deal. Not the Masters. The membership of the Masters goes, it's such a big deal that you're never allowed back in the gates again.
Well, what I loved about that is how long did it take before we heard of it?
Oh, we just heard of it. Yeah.
Right, because he came out and said it because his dad's under all kinds of pressure. But the truth is and I think this is where the Masters gets it right. It was tacky, right?
It was.
They're not upset with his dad for wearing a patch on his shirt.
No.
Right? But it was tacky.
Yeah.
And you
do that at the Phoenix Open. Do it at the Phoenix Open. Don't do it at the Masters.
Absolutely. You could say anything you want about the Masters. They are not tacky. They are classy. They expect their patrons to act a certain way. They even call them by a different name. You're going to respect the course. You're going to respect the tournament. You're going to respect the game. And I love it. I read that this morning because the headline was so deceiving that I'm like, oh, wow, they're coming out against Gary Player. No. This was from 5 years ago?
No, it was from 2021. And
okay.
the headline I got says...
Oh, that's right, it was last year.
The headline I got said, Gary Player's son, Wayne, confirms lifetime Masters ban for goofball golf ball marketing stunt.
Yeah, mine was just Gary Player's son was banned from Augusta.
Yeah. Well, this is a better headline: goofball golf ball marketing stunt.
Absolutely. And again, that's good for. Again, you're right. The Masters won. Everybody else 0 because they don't send a press release. If that coming from the Masters would be right. It's just like they never banned Phil. You never heard the Augusta. They had to come out because they were asked a very direct
Phil
question.
chose not to play.
That's right. That's right. And again, it's they just handle these. And by the way, you can look at every controversy they've faced. They've like, look, we're going to handle this the right way. We're going to take the high road.
Well,
we're never going to take the low road.
Well, Wayne gave an interview to Golf Digest, and the Masters still hasn't admitted that he's been banned for life. Okay,
right?
But he says the Masters is, and he told Golf Digest, he goes, well, they say there's no such thing as bad publicity. I found out that's not quite true. He goes, I've been banned from national. They never actually came out and formally said, we're not allowing Wayne Player to come back. They never said that to the media. That's just the way they do it. They don't say much. He goes, but he sent a written apology to the National, and in their response, this is what they said. And he showed the letter. It said, we appreciate you reaching out and apologizing. We accept your apology, but there will be no change of our position. We are not going to allow you back onto the grounds of this hallowed area. You ruined a special moment in the history of the game of golf.
Perfect, right?
But that is so how the Masters, that's exactly how the Masters would answer that, too.
It's perfect. It's succinct. They're like, look, look, buddy, I accept your apology. You're forgiven. You're just not coming back. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Right? And every fan in America is going, yeah, I got it. Early in the world's going, yeah.
We appreciate you reaching out and apologizing. We accept your apology, but we're not changing our position. We're not going to allow you back on these hallowed grounds. You ruined a special moment in the history of the game of golf.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Probably, respectfully, the membership of Augusta National.
Right. And again, and by the way, you don't there are very few people that automatically qualify to come back. You have to be invited to play in the Masters. Right? It's an invitational. It's not an open. I think it's fantastic.
I think it's exactly how the Masters would always do things. And hey, even the son of Gary Player is not above the regulations that are set out by one of the most stringent regulatory commissions, if you ever want to look at one, the people who run the Masters golf tournament. There's no hijinks at the Masters. We got to take a break. We'll be back more with Galen Unall from Life South after this timeout on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
In Ag News from the Southeast Ag.
USA Radio News with Lance Pride.
Ukraine announced Monday that it hit 2 Russian naval vessels in the Black Sea with drone strikes. The armed drones hit 2 Russian patrol boats early this morning near Snake Island. The video footage shows the Russian boats getting hit by the drones, but it isn't clear if they had sunk. First Lady Jill Biden will travel to Eastern Europe this week to meet with U.S. service members, diplomats, and displaced Ukrainians. Her office made the announcement overnight. Biden will visit refugees in NATO member countries, Romania and Slovakia. President Biden remembered his colleague and friend, former Vice President Walter Mondale.
What Fritz is really saying, looking down, is, Joe, hide your Irish Catholic enthusiasm a little bit and be more Norwegian. I got a chance to talk with the family a little bit earlier, trying to console them, and I got emotional. But as my grandfather Finnegan would say, that's the Irish of it.
USA Radio News.
And now a small business setback, set to smooth jazz.
It's late. You're driving in the rain with only one thing on your mind. The deer about to total your HVAC van. But with Progressive's 30-plus customizable coverage options, you're covered. The rest is just saxophone.
When running your small business gets rough, Progressive Commercial is there to smooth it out. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Twinkly sound.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage and all vehicles or states. Policy terms and conditions apply.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
Last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The Golden Spoon Diner and Seafood Restaurant, a true New York-style diner in Ocala. Try our breakfast special of 2 eggs served with home fries or hash browns and toast for just $4.49. We have an all-you-can-eat catfish special daily for $14.99, and Thursday through Sunday we have prime rib. Happy hour for food starts at 2 p.m. The Golden Spoon Diner and Seafood Restaurant is located at 5400 Southwest College Road in the Heathbrook Commons Plaza. Open daily from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. We will see you soon. Are you tired of living with chronic pain, knee pain, joint pain? Listen carefully, because now there are new treatments available here. Not talking surgery or steroids. These are regenerative treatments from the medical professionals at QC Kinetics, now with offices in Ocala and the Villages. Hey everybody, this is Tom Schmitz. QC Kinetics is the leader in these exciting biological therapies that help restore and repair damaged tissues in your joints with lasting results. If you got pain in your knees, your shoulders, hips, back like I do, joint pain that won't go away, you need to check out these new treatments with astonishing patient satisfaction reports. They can actually help your body restore and repair itself with no downtime, no drugs, and no surgery. That's right, no surgery. Don't go through another year with that awful joint pain, and don't let them put you under the knife. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. There's offices in Ocala and the Villages, so give them a call, 352-400-4550. That's 352-400-4550.
It's Mother's Day week, the perfect time to see all the exciting things happening at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and pick out a gorgeous green gift for Mom. They've set aside special deals just for Mom's Day, like a huge selection of Easy Care, double red, double yellow knockout roses, not $25 or $22, but just $14.99. Or how about a crepe myrtle, all colors, all sizes, starting at just $29.99. Or get 6 beautiful dwarf Mexican petunias, just $35.99. And daylilies in peach, red, yellow, and gold, just $7.99 each when you buy 10 or more. If you look around and you've got a sharp eye, you might even find some Mother's Day BOGOs. It's all going on this week at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3. Now they're celebrating 70 years in the same blooming location.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
Hey, do you know there's a real Italian bakery right here in Ocala? Yeah, it's the Magnolia Italian Bakery, where you get the best Italian specialty. Remember, Mother's Day is this Sunday, so call and order now. Italian and New York cheesecakes, fresh-made cannolis, cream puffs, eclair, and even custom cakes. We cater big and small events. Get your lunch or dinner, Italian subs, eggplant parm, lasagna, meatball and sausage subs. They're all made fresh just for you. Call ahead, 352-207-2667. Manja and God bless.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Monday. Galen Enoff from Life South joins us. He does every day. Brought to you by the good folks at Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, and JustShip.net. Galen, yesterday I was, after I got done playing golf yesterday, I was in a local place getting, near the golf course, local place to the golf course. I was out of town, so I was getting a 19th hole refreshment. And I looked up and saw that the NASCAR race had been postponed or something because of rain. And they were showing a documentary on the making of the movie Days of Thunder. And I happened to look up and catch it right as they were talking about the wheelchair racing scene. And that scene was supposed to be much longer, and they filmed it for like a full day. It was an 11-hour shoot, just the wheelchair race, and how their hands had got bloodied and stabbed by different parts of the wheelchair and everything. They said they got more injuries to the two actors in that scene, Tom Cruise and I forget the other guy who was Roddy, playing his nemesis in that movie.
Yeah.
Forget that actor's name, it escapes me right now. But they got more injuries to their hands and legs during that race than anything else that happened to them when they would accidentally crash cars or anything. They got more injuries in that race doing that than anything. Michael Rooker was the actor's name, by the way. Played Rowdy Burns. That was where the crew members got injured because they had cameras in the hallways and everything. That was the most injury-riddled day of shooting of that entire movie. I found that kind of strange.
Okay. Well, this was all based off of a scene that, and a lot of Days of Thunder is like this. It's based off of a rivalry between Willie T. Ribbs and another driver. Willie T. Ribbs is a black guy, and another driver in IMSA. Apparently, there's two scenes that they stole. One is a rental car scene.
Right,
where they race to the hospital in the rental car. And then the other one is that wheelchair. And Willie T. Ribbs is like, look, you're taking this right out of my life. I want to sue you. But, of course, he lost. But, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I know where they filmed it at.
Right.
Pretty cool.
And they talked about that in the movie that Willie T. said it was from, in the documentary that he said it was. And then Dale Earnhardt said, no, Bill France put me and Darrell Waltrip in a rental car and told us we had to come to dinner and everything, just like the scene in the movie. And then, of course, the movie was loosely based on the relationship Mitch Richmond had. Was that the right guy? No, Tim Richmond.
For what?
In Days of Thunder, the guy who died of AIDS, the NASCAR driver, wasn't Tim Richmond, I believe was his name?
I don't remember. I can't remember his name. Yeah.
But that it was loosely based on his coming up, and the Harry Hogg character was, actually the guy who was, and the ice cream scene actually happened in an ARCA race where they were trying to teach him how to drive and everything.
Sure.
It was a really good documentary that was on because the race wasn't on, and it's only, you can only get it because they had it captioned because we were in a sports bar. So
I got you.
But other than that, it was Tim Richmond and his crew chief Harry Hyde. That was who the movie was loosely based on.
The best part of that whole any trivia about Days of Thunder is Cole Trickle was so slow, or Dick Trickle was so slow.
Right.
That they could just use his car, and it didn't impact the race.
It didn't impact the race at all because he was always half a lap behind.
Right. So I always look at that and go, man, that's funny. And yeah, they used his name, at least part of it.
Well, yeah, they left Trickle on the car and they put Cole.
That's right.
And a lot of times, because it was such wide scenes and all, they went with Cole because it was 4 letters, just like Dick was for Dick Trickle. So there was a lot of things they explained in that movie, and there really wasn't. It was for Hollywood purposes, but there really wasn't a big rivalry between the two cars that were owned by the same owner, like they show in the movie. They said in the documentary that was a Hollywood part, that didn't match the story very well, and so I just thought when you go behind the scenes and see how Hollywood basically bastardized a pretty good story, and like combined like 5 different stories to make one. It was a really good documentary, and I guess you've seen that documentary.
Well, again, it's Days of Thunder. It changed NASCAR, and not everybody believes it's changed it for the better. So it's fascinating because right now NASCAR is suffering. They're suffering big time.
It's almost unwatchable. To me, it's almost unwatchable.
This next gen car with the new aerodynamics, and we kind of knew this would happen. Destroying the racing of the car. It's I don't know. It just has ground effect, and so it's a much easier car to drive. Apparently, you can't pass, and there's no real side-by-side racing on a lot of these tracks. It's they have a real identity problem right now. I think, and you and I have talked about it a lot. I think they've lost themselves. And what is NASCAR now? They've bowed down to the corporatism, right? They tried to go, we're going to win New York, we're going to become they bowed down to all of those advertisers, and it shows in the bottom line product. NASCAR's in trouble. Their viewership are down, their ratings are way down. So, yeah, I mean the Daytona 500 was entertaining, but that's probably been the best race of the year. And not a lot going on now.
No, it's
And again, every weekend there's some kind of drama with Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace. That's all you hear about is Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace. And when the star of your circuit
finishes
20th, whatever. Well, and he's only the star. Let's be clear. He's only the star because of who the owner of the team is and the color of his skin. And that's part of what's wrong with NASCAR right now.
They don't have any act. From week to week, there's no Dale Earnhardt seniors. There's no Richard Petty's. There's no Jeff Gordon's.
I think there could be if they marketed it right, but they just don't. Because it's all part of this wokeism that's really hit NASCAR. And I don't think I don't think their commentators are very good. I think they're in a really bad spot. I just do.
Well, I don't like the guest commentator every week changing it. You don't know who it's going to be.
It's terrible. There's no rhythm.
No.
They'll go silent for like 30 minutes at a time. Again, and then they state the most obvious thing in the world because God forbid they say something negative about somebody.
I know. Hey, Galen, speaking of positive, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, today we're pretty excited. We're Royal King, so come by and check us out there. But as always, we're right on the boulevard, 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard. Get out there, give the gift of life, and donate blood.
Galen, I'll talk to you tomorrow, pal.
All right, sounds good. Bye, all.
We'll be right back after this timeout on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Hey.
Bumpin' Brave and Bold, the Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival is back May 17th through the 30th with over 200 shows. This unique cultural experience is held at Lock Haven Park. 2022 brings new and exciting features to the Orlando Fringe. You don't want to miss out. Tickets are available at orlandofringe.org. Again, May 17th through the 30th is the 31st Orlando Fringe, and it's sure to be the best yet. Get your tickets at orlandofringe.org.
Hey there, Congresswoman Kat Kamak here, your conservative voice in our nation's capital. I'm so proud to be an advocate for the over 65,000 veterans here in North Central Florida. The new Ocala VA clinic is now open, providing important primary care and specialty services. If you're a veteran in the Ocala area, thank you for your service. Feel free to get in touch with our team by visiting us online at camac.house.gov. I'm Kat Kamak, and it is my honor to serve you.
This ad is paid for by official funds authorized by the U.S. House of Representatives.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
While we may disagree a lot, we do agree Rural King's our favorite place for spring planting.
Yeah, but we've got to focus. Roses, a couple flats of impatiens, and a spade.
A shovel? I'm thinking tiller.
We do not need a tiller.
Wait, a mower. Those no zero turns are sweet.
Focus. Roses, mulch, shovel, impatiens.
Jeez, talk about impatient.
Can I help you?
Yeah, chainsaws.
Let's go.
I'm almost done mowing this section.
Ridiculous.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917. Are you suffering from neck, back, or leg pain? Go Green CBD Store can help you with holistic, all-natural, lab-tested products that help with pain, stress, anxiety, inflammation, PTSD, and so much more. We stock smokable products, gummies, chocolate, coffee, tea, even pain cream. Yes, we even have treats and oils for your dogs or cats. Go Green CBD is located in the Paddock Mall in the center court. We're open every day. Come in today for a free sample.
Ugh, what wrong?
Ugh, need wood for fire.
Ugh, I go get. Ugh, I got wood for fire.
Ugh, what takes so long?
Had to use restroom. Someone not refill toilet paper.
Ugh, my bad. You wash hands?
Ugh, of course. Ugh, what caveman you take me for?
You know, Dan, people who save money by switching to Mike Scott Plumbing sure are happy.
Well, Brittany, how happy are they?
Happier than a caveman with indoor plumbing.
Yep. Get happy. Get Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it. 237-2888.
It's bow time. Ever taste something so good you just get hooked? Like the Bo Jangler, the only fish sandwich splashed with Bo's famous seasoning. So we're having a fish fry, Bo Jangle style, spicing up premium fish fillets with the good stuff and slathering them with melty cheese and tangy tartar sauce to hook your taste buds with just one bite. Reel in a Bojangler today, only at Bojangles.
Catch the Bojangler at 4828 Southwest College Road here in Ocala.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. Coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, Police Chief Mike Balkin from the Ocala Police Department will be here as he is the first Monday of every month. The first Monday means it's the month of May, and May is Mental Health Awareness Month, a time to increase awareness and support for those impacted by mental health conditions. It's also important to note that some people living with a mental health condition may experience Tardive Dyskinesia, or TD, a chronic condition characterized by uncontrollable body movements that can occur in one or more areas in the body. TD is associated with taking certain mental health medicines like antipsychotics to treat conditions like depression, bipolar disorder, schizoaffective disorder, or anxiety disorder. Joining us today to bring more awareness to TD and explain the symptoms and impact is Dr. Rakesh Jain. He's a clinical professor at the Department of Psychiatry, Texas Tech University School of Medicine, Austin, Texas. Dr. Jain, good morning to you.
Good morning, Tom. How are you?
Good, doctor. Good. You know, with this being Mental Health Awareness Month and Tardive Dyskinesia Awareness Week, why is it important that we talk about those? Why do they have a month and a week? Why is it so important?
Well, look, Tom, what is the most important thing you and I possess in our lives? Well, I would say in the top three, nearly every human being would say it's their mental health, right? And we are very protective of our mental health, as we should be. And those of us who aren't so fortunate to have just the right kind of mental health, we do go seek help from healthcare providers, and we take certain medications like you were mentioning. Unfortunately for us, Tom, some of us do develop tardive dyskinesia, which is a difficulty of these voluntary muscles in our hands or in our face or in our tongue that can become permanent. And the truth of the matter is they can cause a lot of impairment. And that's why we need to have a TD Awareness Week, because we want to shine a spotlight on this disorder and the plight of these patients who suffer from it so that we can help them.
You know, my mother was a diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic, and her medicine towards the end of her life caused her to where she couldn't do her bookkeeping. She was an accountant, and she couldn't do it anymore because computer-wise and all her hands wouldn't allow her because they shook and they just jumped around and everything. We had no idea there was a name for it in the late 90s, in the early 2000s when all this was happening. So can you explain the issues surrounding how this medication may affect people and cause tardive dyskinesia?
Yeah, Tom, I really do appreciate you sharing your family plight with both schizophrenia as well as tardive dyskinesia. I really do. I think the more we talk about it like you are so openly, the greater the reduction in stigma that happens. So many kudos to you.
Well,
and
you know, doctor, I just don't understand why people don't talk about it like we do heart disease or lung disease or anything like that.
Well, bless you, brother, for being so direct and upfront about it. I agree with you entirely. We should talk about it, because if we don't talk about it, it kind of recedes into the shadow and it becomes an issue of shame where it doesn't need to be. Like, if you think about your mom, not only did she bravely fight off schizophrenia, she had to live with tardive dyskinesia, which made it difficult for her to do her computer, her keyboard. So that's it. What you said is exactly tardive dyskinesia. When the hands are dancing around, they make it difficult to coordinate. There's excess movement. Today, Tom, the good news is tardive dyskinesia has treatment. And I'm just so thankful that Neurocrine Biosciences is giving us this opportunity, sponsoring this conversation. And what I would like to say to people such as yourself, if you have a relative or yourself are experiencing tardive dyskinesia symptoms, please know you're not alone. 600,000 Americans have it. Please know you're not alone. We healthcare providers know more about TD. And please know that you can educate yourself more about TD by going to this wonderful website. And it really is wonderful, Tom. I hope you will go check it out yourself, called Talk About TD. One word, talkabouttd.com. Because we can help these people. We can certainly help reduce these abnormal movements. And of course, let's not forget one other thing, that this is not just an abnormal movement difficulty. It comes with a lot of suffering, physical suffering, psychological suffering and social suffering.
That's what I was going to ask you about. You know, it's not enough that that a person's already dealing with a serious mental health issue, but now with the unwanted movements of your body and everything, talk about the emotional, the social, and physical impact that tardive dyskinesia has on top of already suffering from a mental illness.
Yes, Tom. In many ways, you are an expert at it because you have a family member with both a significant mental health disorder and tardive dyskinesia. You have seen firsthand, haven't you, that 1 + 1 sometimes equals 3. That not only do you
sometimes
have
it equals 7, doctor.
Condition,
sometimes 1 + 1 equals 7.
I know. Yes, it does. It breaks my heart. But here's the good news. Let's actually look at the silver lining. And there's a big silver lining here. While there are treatments for schizophrenia and they can help, the good news is now we have treatments for tardive dyskinesia. And your point about the psychological suffering, think about it. Already I'm feeling depressed. Already I'm socially isolated because of my psychiatric condition. And here comes tardive dyskinesia. I'm not able to control my face, my hands. People look at me strangely. I drop things in the grocery store. When I'm eating in a restaurant, I'm choking on my food. The waiter looks at me like I'm on drugs. All of these things come together to make me, the person living with a psychiatric disorder and tardive dyskinesia, have double trouble. And that's why talking about TD, and that's why I'm so strongly recommending go to the website, talkabouttd.com, get educated about it. And if TD is present, please don't hide in the shadows anymore. Come on out and talk about it, and let's get it treated.
Doctor, what are the key takeaways you want our listening audience to remember today about TD and about mental health overall?
Yeah, the key takeaway for me would be don't forget about Tom. Don't forget about Tom's mom. Don't forget about the 600,000 people who are Tom's mom who have TD. Just don't forget about them. Let's appreciate their challenges. Let's appreciate that TD is an involuntary abnormal movement that causes impairment. Impairment is a fancy word for just bad trouble. And don't stay in the shadows. Come on out of the shadows. Let's get it addressed. Let's get it treated because every human being deserves to live the fullest life that they can.
We're talking with Dr. Rakesh, excuse me, Jan. Doctor, give the website one more time for people who might need to know, again, where to go find more information about this very important subject.
Yes, sir. And that website is talk, T-A-L-K, abouttd.com.
Doctor, thanks so much for taking time out with us today, and thanks so much for telling people that it's okay to talk about mental health.
Yes, and may I just say this, Tom, you made my heart very happy by being so upfront and honest and so educational. So thank you, Tom, for your partnership.
Hey, look, if it wasn't for Sarah Quill, my mother's last few years wouldn't have been tolerable because she wouldn't have been able to have any of us around her. So we really appreciate the fact that mental health is not taboo in our family.
Oh, I'm proud of you and your family, and I wish you all the best.
Thanks, Doctor, for taking time out today.
Yes, sir. Take care, Tom. Bye-bye.
We'll be right back after this timeout with the Chief of Police from the Ocala Police Department, Mike Balkin, on a Monday on WOCA, The Source.
From the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
It's time for Phone Range Hit.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
Russia says it's pulling out of the International Space Station over